Hello?
Like, grab my fucking intestines.
Hello everybody, it's me again, and Smiling Friends Season 2 is out. So I thought, why not take the opportunity and make a little Moho project. Most people don't know that, but I was actually a distinguished animator on Season 1's episode The Enchanted Forest. I helped out in a tiny capacity on the character of Mip and animated such riveting shots as this one. But seriously, I thought, you know what, a nice challenge could be, how close could I get to the animation style of Smiling Friends with a Moho rig? As usual, when you do stuff like this, the most important thing is to have your reference in place. So I used Milanote and just collected tons and tons of references, images, screen grabs, whatever I could get from backgrounds from Charlie, the main character, and I knew I wanted to have Mr. Frog in there as well. I also went on YouTube and scrubbed through some of the clips of the show frame by frame by using the period and comma key. So that helped a lot as well. I really wanted to come as close as possible for it to look authentic, you know, even though it's a rig. Alright, first step was tracing Charlie in vectors in Moho. You can see that was pretty straightforward, nothing really to talk about, just layering and tracing and drawing. And after that though, when I had him traced in the first pass, I knew, okay, now better, you know, do what I always preach, let's draw some key drawings. But from those main poses I then could tell what I need, and I finished up all my elements, you know, mouths, hands, Vitruvian for the arms and legs when I needed foreshortening, the usual stuff. The only thing I wanted to keep a little bit open was the eyes and the hands, so I actually put in some frame-by-frame layers there so I could actually draw new ones on the fly while animating and not having to do it all in advance. I also wanted to have a head flip, and I really wanted to incorporate that crazy front view that he has. So I did a little switch layer for the whole head, to which I could switch to the front view, and both the side and the front view could turn just a teeny little bit for a little bit of in-betweens. And then I also put in a smart bone to control the head flip, basically. Alright, and after that it was on to the first main poses, using my key drawings as loose guidelines. You know, usually it doesn't really work out 100% as I plan it, but it's still a good guideline to have. And after that, it was already, you know, a good start. So I did the second set of key poses. And after this, I did just the breakdowns and the in-betweens. Now, luckily, Smiling Friends, they really don't have that many in-betweens in their stuff. You know, it's usually between key poses, it really snaps from one to the other. So it's one or two keys or maybe a settle or something like that. And after that, I went through the whole thing again and listened to the audio recording that I got from, that I cut together from bits of Oni Plays and bits from the show itself, you know, the hello of Mr. Frog, of course. And I went through the whole thing again and just adjusted Charlie's mouth. And basically the same thing then for Mr. Frog. I made it up a little bit more as I went along because the character is really simple, so I wanted to make him out of one shape as much as possible. In hindsight, I think I would have rather, you know, it would have been better to also go with drawing some keys first, because I ran into some hurdles later on, but it worked out all right. I also looked at a lot of reference pictures for the backgrounds, and, you know, I could have maybe just taken a background off the internet, but I didn't want to, you know, have somebody else's great work in this video and then people think I did that. So I mainly looked at the background paintings for Mr. Frog's Swan and went into Procreate and tried to replicate that as much as possible. But, you know, I'm not much of a painter, but it was fun to try this style out, you know, and to you know, make a new setting for that. And then last but not least, I animated some drop shadows for the characters. Those are really simple. It's just basically one vector blob, basically, that I, you know, adjust frame by frame when needed. And yeah, that was basically the whole thing. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and now go and watch Smiling Friends. It's a great show, and thank you to Zach Hadel and Michael Cusack for creating it, and see you soon. Bye bye.